Mum and Dad and Denny saw the passing out parade at Puckapunyal. It was a long march from cadets. The 6th Battalion was the next to turn. It was me who drew the card. We did Canungra, Shoalwater before we left. And Townsville lined the footpaths as we marched down to the quay. This clipping from the paper shows us young and strong and clean. And there's me in me slouch hat with me SLR and greens. God help me, I was only 19. From Bungtow riding Chinooks to the dust at Newey Dat, I'd been in and out of choppers now for months. And we made our tents a home, VB and pin-ups on the lockers, and an Asian orange sunset through the scrub. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And night time's just a jungle dark and a barking M16. And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me, I was only 19. A 4-week operation, when each step could mean your last one on 2 legs. It was a war within yourself, but you wouldn't let your mates down till they had you dusted off. So you closed your eyes and thought about something else. And then someone yelled out, "Contact!" and the bloke behind me swore. We hooked in there for hours, then it got almighty raw. And Frankie kicked a mine the day that mankind kicked the moon. God help me, he was going home in June. I can still see Frankie drinking tinnies in the Grand Hotel on a 36-hour rec leave in Bungtow. And I can still hear Frankie lying screaming in the jungle till the morphine came and killed the bloody row. And the Anzac legends didn't mention mud and blood and tears, and the stories that my father told me never seemed quite real. I caught some pieces in my back that I didn't even feel. God help me, I was only 19. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And why the Channel 7 chopper chills me to my feet? And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me, I was only 19.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This leaves you numb, doesn't it, sir?
Yeah. It's an emotional take on the war. I think it's a Vietnam War mainly spoken about, but in general, any war. You know, anyone who's been through a war, witnessed a war, they will have similar stories to share. And yeah, you definitely feel for him. You definitely feel for his buddies who had troubles due to the war, too. Lost their life to one of them when he was just supposed to go home in June. Maybe it was just coming up and he died just before that. History is filled with war. The history of the world is filled with all kinds of wars. Usually there's a reason for a war. When it comes to one country, though, it's always an exception. There's no reason for a war. There's always an excuse. And that country is the US of A, America. They don't need a reason to go to war. They just need an excuse. But in doing so, millions die. Every time they have this excuse of going to war, millions die. Whether it's their own or whoever they call the enemy and go to fight against. Millions die, which is really sad. This is one person's take, an American's, I'm assuming, take on the Vietnam War. An American or a Brit, not sure, but sounded American. Take on it. A lot of people died. A lot of Americans died. Many very young, just like him. 19, even below that, I think 18. Many died. Youngsters who had probably had so many dreams, but then they went to war and many of them never returned. And even if they returned, many of them returned disabled or mentally disabled. So yeah, I mean, sad story. Beautiful song. I like the music. The music just makes it so beautiful. The light music in the background. It just makes it like a wonderful story to listen to, even though it's a song and it's sung so beautifully, so honestly. Music is what makes it so special to me. I've heard many songs like this and most of them are pretty strong lyrically. But this one was special because it talks about one person's story, a very young man's story, a teenager story basically. Not even a young man, a teenager. So you're talking about a teenager story here, having to go to war. When you are sent to war on an excuse, I wonder what goes through your head. I mean, especially when you're older. Those who are young, maybe at that time they don't realize what they're doing. They're fed with such patriotic bull, SHIT, that they don't know what they're doing. But later when they grow older, if they happen to survive and come back, they must be wondering, why on earth did I go for it? Why on earth did I fall for that? What made me go to war with someone? I don't even know how they look. Most Americans didn't even know how a Vietnamese person looked when they went to the Vietnam.
And I think 90% of the soldiers didn't know
they could have killed anybody.
What were they fighting?
They could have killed anybody literally who happened to be there because they don't know how a Vietnamese person was supposed to look.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that shows how America is. They don't care a damn about you, about their own people as well as the other person. They don't care a damn. They just want to kill you. They just want to sell their weapons. As simple as that. Sad. What are your thoughts?
I liked it. This was great. This song definitely is a song that can sensitize people. I don't know whether people of America can still be sensitized or they are gone beyond. I'm sure not most of them. I have gone beyond. I like Michael Moore. You like Michael Moore too, right?
In a way, yeah.
In a way, right? I like the kind of documentaries that he's produced so far, but I don't know if he's done one on American obsession with war. I already have a title. He should go ahead, before counting his last days. He should go ahead and make something.
Just title it American Warfare.
Okay, warfare. Welfare, yeah. American, it's like cut it and then warfare. Right?
That's a
nice,
great,
right?
great for the poster.
So great. So American, slash warfare. It's not just about America when there is a war in the world. If there was a war in Vietnam, it wasn't only about America. When there is a war in Ukraine, it's not only about Ukraine and Russia or America or NATO. The entire world suffers. There are, things that the ripples go all around and we all suffer and we don't like it. And people who listen to us, they don't understand that. What is these two people's problem? Our personal lives also get disturbed. Just to tell you, if you are educated enough, you would know how it impacts the entire world. Not just two countries or not just those who are involved in the war. but everyone who lives and shares the planet. It affects everyone, but it requires you to go to school for that, to understand how, we should live. Why is the harmony important? So I love this song. I like the way he sang. I like him keeping it so personal. It definitely reminded me shades of Forrest Gump, one of my all-time favorite movies. Especially when he lost the other guy, on the mine. Like
even
Baba.
his story
Yeah,
that he's having a leg operation and things like that. He might lose his legs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
his story himself reminds me a lot of Forrest Gump. What Forrest Gump did.
And the mention about him of his childhood, which was not far away when somebody is 19 or 18 when they are already deployed. It's not that far away. Just 18 years ago he was a child, and when he was 4, 5, 6, he was listening to all these good stories, bedtime stories and all. Him talking about that, I wasn't told that the world was such an ugly place. I wasn't told that there was blood, there was what were the exact mud and blood and tears. So much of it. Suddenly you wake up, you want to discover the world as soon as you are on your feet, and you see this is the kind of world that you are prepared for. I mean, what are we doing with our people?
Yeah, that's it for this reaction video. Goodbye.